We just bought a brand new V8 79 Series LandCruiser, and the past few weeks she's been under the knife getting a swathe of upgrades. While it's our dream rig, she definitely has some flaws. It's no secret things were pretty slow going in our old Silver Bullet, who got us around the country a few times in her factory form. But slow going is going to be a thing of the past with our new and improved White Horse. Oh my God! In this episode, we'll take you behind the scenes at Just Auto's HQ on the sunny coast and experience how they transform this lacklustre donk into a metre-eater and unlock the power, torque and drivability we reckon this thing should come with as standard. We chat with Matt, the brains behind the tune, and give you our honest first impressions, tuning insights, and get Perry on the back for the first time ready for a maiden voyage. Now, before we head up to Just Autos, we pick back up where we left you in the last episode, picking up our brand new build from the boys at McCormack's and take her for her very first drive.
We are about to drive our new cruiser, White Horse, for the very first time.
Yeah, it's got a complete coil upgrade, so this is going to be unlike any 70 Series cruiser we've ever driven. We've just done all this work and we don't even know how it drives. So
yeah, we've literally never even test driven a coil sprung cruiser before, so yeah. This is going to be...
It's just been word of mouth that we've done this, so this is the maiden voyage.
Alright, let's do it. Fire it up. Oh.
This is very nice.
Wow, I can definitely notice it.
Swerving, it brakes better. I mean, the real test will be towing, but first impressions, it's oh, fresh clutch. We just got up to speed for the first time. This is just floating along.
I can't believe this is our car.
It actually might have paid off. It was definitely a gamble to go, like the other car that we were considering getting was going to be a 300 series, and they're a remarkably comfortable car. But we ended up going the 79 because we get the canopy. We swapped all the coils out, hoping that it would be more comfortable, and it actually is. Like, time will tell. We'll hit some really rough roads in due course, but the first impressions is that it's definitely noticeable. It's right off the bat. I've spent a lot of time sitting in this seat driving a car like this. I'm loving it.
Look how excited you are.
Bro, this is my dream car. It's amazing. Oh, I was actually that hesitant to drive it. I was that nervous to drive it for the first time because I didn't know if it was going to meet my expectations. But so far, as you can see, smiles don't lie.
And look at all that room in the back. Alright, so we've got about an hour and a half drive now in the car back to the van, and then we'll hitch up for the very first time. I reckon that it's just going to look so good with this rig and the zone behind it. So we'll see you when we're back at the van.
If you're new around here, we're Hayley and Brad. And recently we hit pause on our travels to build our dream tow rig before they're discontinued for good. But we're about to hit the road again, so thanks for tuning in. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this and heaps more coming your way. Well, the days have been blending together lately, and this one was no different. We left Brizzy to pick the van up back on the Gold Coast, got the ute all tow ready and pointed our nose north to the sunny coast as the sun was dipping. Gladly we made it to camp before it was too late, but we forgot to get water, so the White Horse's 70 litre water tank was already coming in clutch. With another late night and early morning on the cards, we tried to get some sleep, but like an excited kid the night before Christmas, that was easier said than done.
We have woken up to some pretty insane views over our time travelling Australia for the last 3 years, but this morning's view from the caravan windows was probably the best one yet. Check it out.
I love it.
The new rig. We were just up in the little window this morning staring out, looking at it, just cannot believe that this is our setup. But we got to this camp last night, bit of a late arrival, so it was dark and we didn't film, but how good does the new rig White Horse look with Perry? So good. The colour scheme matches so well. Absolutely stoked with that. But the beauty of us travelling Australia in a 79 series for the last few years is that we know the car so well. We know why we wanted another one, but we also know its downfalls, and probably the biggest downfall is the lack of power. And this has been something that poor Brad has complained about for so long, and he's always said to me I really want to tune the cruiser, but as a Minister of Finance in this operation, I was very against spending any extra money on our old cruiser, knowing that we were saving everything that we had for this new setup. And so I said to him, just hang tight, and one day when we get a new rig, we'll be able to tune it. So
dreams come true today.
Today is the day. Brad's very excited. So again, even before we got this rig, Brad had always said to me, because I don't understand much about this situation, from my understanding, the cruiser has a reliable engine. It's powerful, but we're just not able to access that power. So when we're going up the hills and stuff, we are just chugging along so slow. Everybody's overtaking us, or everyone's stuck behind us.
We've definitely learnt to drive it in a slow way.
It's even coming to this camp last night, like there was just a tiny hill to get up in here, and we were just like so definitely something that's like we experience all the time. And the high country was a big the
high country was pretty slow going because there's a lot of mountains, and like this rig is very much the same in terms of power. Like I've only just spent like 250 k's in the seat, and this rig is pretty much on par with the old rig on power. And I just know that if we're going to do our dream build, we need to just tickle this thing up a little bit, and we know the right guys in the business to do it too. So.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like probably a year ago or more, like when Brad's talked about getting a tune, because when we're looking at second-hand ones, such a big like red flag that eliminated them was it having a tune done by other people. And Brad's like, the only tune that I would trust on my car is from Just Autos. You actually know more stuff about it, so.
Yeah, well, I suppose the one positive is that they only deal with Toyotas. And the reason for that being is that if they're going to spend the time doing research and development, which they do a lot of, and we've seen that following their socials over the last few years, is that they want to put like all their effort into a certain group of cars. So there's a mix of cars that they've done their research and development on. That takes a lot of time, takes a lot of manpower, takes a lot of breaking stuff and fixing stuff. And once they get it right, it's pretty hard to do that for, 200 cars that might be on the market that are tunable. So they focus solely on Toyotas. We're Toyota people.
Toyota experts.
Toyota experts. And also they're a premium Sunshine Coast business. So we've worked with the likes of McCormack's, J-Max, Just Autos on this tune, Mode 4x4.
Zone, like obviously we partner with Zone, and it's like this ecosystem of premium brands all up here in southeast Queensland that all work together. And
make really cool stuff. So I'm excited to see what they do to this thing. We don't want crazy horsepower. We just want a little bit extra power, keep that reliability. So I think we're probably running late, so we better get our finger out.
It's been so many early starts the last few days, so like the last few weeks with this build. Today was a 5:30 a.m. start, which actually wasn't that bad because we've had a few 4:30 a.m. I'm like the bags under my eyes.
Yeah, we're feeling the pressure, and we haven't given ourselves much breathing space, so it's all happening. But it's bloody Sunshine Coast. It's humid. It's coming into winter, and I've got a jumper on, and now it's coming off, and the sun hasn't even come up yet. After handing over the keys and meeting some of the Just Autos team before they got stuck in the upgrades, we caught up with Matt to chat a little bit about what they do here. So the cruiser's just run into the shed. We're here with Matt from Just Autos, and to talk a little bit about what Just Autos does.
So Just Autos is a performance specialist for Toyota vehicles only. At this stage, we have the diesel range. We do have the Tundras that's coming in very shortly. But what we do, we specialise packages around touring and around that performance category in the Toyota platform. Probably an advantage is our ability to dive really in depth into the software. That's because we have another company that is a sister company that allows us to understand the software in decompiling these ECUs and really getting out the right information to be able to do the job correctly. It also allows us to add functionality to the ECUs, and we have the support around having a data logger and everything else that's our own. So it really does set us apart from the average workshop that has these things. But also it's the staff that I have and the crew of people behind us. It's not just me, it's them as well, and it's the input that we all have together as a team. And we've managed to make some extremely good products that are reliable and that work really well. So I think those two things are our major positives that come from Just Autos for sure. We have 9 distributors on board. The goal is to have around about 12 by the end of the year. The thing is that we wanted it to be more about the quality than the quantity. We didn't want to have too many shops. The bunch of distributors we have, we've sort of handpicked and gone through training with them, and they're a really good bunch of guys that have the same work ethic as us, and I think that's really, really important for us.
Yeah.
Making sure that they align with us on those things, and morally, we just want to make sure that we put our best foot forward for the customer. Yeah. And you know, those guys definitely do that as well, so it's great.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you having us down here. I'm really excited to see what you're going to do. Spin her up on the dyno, do a bit of...
Look, it'll be a chalk and cheese difference from where you are right now with that car, so I'm really looking forward to seeing your videos.
All the boys are going to get stuck in and we'll see what they get up to. We are back to our roots, Patsy.
I was literally just going to say we're back to our roots because before we travelled Australia, I had a little Yarri and we actually started our camping adventures in a 2-door Toyota Yaris.
With a Coleman tent in the back. It's quite a lot to look back. It actually feels quite special to think back on that, but the guys here have sorted us out with a little loan car so we can get around. We've got a few things to do while we're up here on the sunny coast. I'm going to run back to the van now and yeah, wait for the call to hear about our cruiser being finished, and we can come and have a look and see him spin it up on the dyno, which I'm very much looking forward to as a bit of a car nerd. The little Yaris wasn't on towing duties for this one, but we were more than happy to stay put while the Just Auto's team worked their magic. It may not seem like it, but we've spent the past few months in the big smoke. Caravan parks, city traffic, and the chaos that comes with a build like this. So pulling into this quiet hinterland campground felt like a deep breath. A chance to slow down, reset, and be reminded of why we started this journey more than 3 years ago. To live simply, chase freedom, and carve out a life that looks a little bit different. So thank you for being a part of our journey and the reason we are able to still continue to chase this passion. Cheers.
Alright guys, we're back in the Yarri. We just got a call from Just Autos that they're about to put our car on the
dyno, so that should mean that they've completed all the work that they needed to do, and now it's the fun part to see what power figures we can make, what we can improve on. And I know it's just cool seeing a car go on a dyno. It's like I was like trying to explain it to Patsy before what a dyno is. It's like a treadmill for cars. So
that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what that. Oh, did I say that you? Oh, you said that to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen videos, but yeah, we're heading in there now and we're very excited to see it.
Here it is. The finished product. From the outside it doesn't look like much, but this is a big, thick Safari RMAX snorkel. Jam a lot of air in there, which is what we're going to need now that we're going to get it tuned. But I'll just pop the bonnet and show you what else we've got going on under the bonnet. The boys have also put in... I haven't found this. I haven't had to open this bonnet in months. Where is my... This is amateur hour. Where is
You think it's the first time you've owned a LandCruiser?
Yeah, it's not where it used to be.
This is where we're going to insert 2 hours later.
Oh, there it is. Okay. As I was saying, the boys have added on a Just Auto's air box, so we've got a nice new box there that seals us from any of the dusting issues. So that's beautiful, Australian made, looks nice and slick. So the Safari tees into there, and then we've also got a bit of a change on top. So rather than having nothing on the top of the intercooler and just relying on the forced air through these ducts, we've also got 2 big spall fans up there that'll draw air through the intercooler, keep the engine cool while we're making all this extra power. All right, let's go and see it on the dyno. Ready for takeoff? It's about to happen, Patsy. We've made our way into the dyno room. The utes on the dyno. So this is the car treadmill. It's got these roller things here which will spin the wheels, and it will show us what sort of changes they need to make to the factory tune. It'll all get spit out on this screen up here. So we'll have all sorts of numbers will be up there that'll tell the guys here that are tuning it what's actually going on. And yeah, she's just got to get strapped down, and then we'll be making some fresh power figures. Can't wait to hear this thing.
definitely got the result that we usually see out of a 70 series. You know, we're 158 standard, a little bit higher than what we would usually see, but we ended up with a 227 and 678 newton meters. So overall at 2000 RPM, you've come up 103%. So that's, you know, you're doubling the capacity of that engine pretty much. So it's going to make a massive difference, and that's where you want that power to be, you know, below 2000 RPM in that sort of rev range, especially with you guys, with what you're doing with towing. That's going to make a massive improvement. Now you'll actually be able to get up a hill when you're towing.
Won't necessarily have to use first gear all the time.
That's right. So it'll be a fast trip around Oz, that's for sure.
And so how do you, like, because this is all just magic to me, so what are you actually changing in the
heaps of different things. So with the engine, there's it's basically like a pump. It's an air pump. You just got to get the fueling, timing, boost pressure, airflow, everything correct. And you get all those things correct, you get more efficiency out of the engine. Believe it or not, manufacturers, when they detune them, they're making them, you know, not as efficient. So by getting everything on point, you know, we can definitely get a fair bit more power out of them.
And that's achieved by like increasing the size of our snorkel, increasing the efficiency of our airbox.
Exhaust, intake, airboxes, fans, all that sort of stuff. What that does is helps reduce the temperatures down, and also if you provide better airflow in and out of that air pump, which is your engine, you're simply going to make more power and it's going to be more efficient.
So we're looking at 100% more torque at 2000 RPM. So we doubled our torque.
So the best way to describe it is that if you've never driven a car that has that big of torque increase, I usually like to explain to the customer, it's like going uphill and you're going and you're towing, you're in fourth gear and you're about to go back to third, where you can actually go over to fifth and just put your foot down and it'll pull you up.
That's amazing.
And so it's going to be a big difference for that, you know what I mean?
I really think, I think we're going to see a massive change in the way that we drive.
It'll be hard for you to think, how did I do it so long without it? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, look, I'm excited to hear feedback about how you'll go, but I know what we get as a regular basis is really good feedback, so I know you'll be happy.
So these new figures, like we've obviously increased our horsepower and our torque quite significantly. This is still keeping it reliable.
100%. I guess the thing is that I look at the VDJ, they actually have it in a Marinized application. Yamaha use a very similar sort of setup. Obviously, if you look at boats or anything like that has extreme consistent load, they're pushing more power than this at the moment out of those particular engines. Yes, there is some differences, but overall, we don't take things to the breaking point. We know these engines are capable of a lot more. Believe it or not, with this particular setup, we can actually push this power a fair bit harder than this as well. We always like to leave that headroom. I guess because you've got the multi-mapping, you've got the safety functions in there with our EGT protection and stuff like that. So there's extra added functions. The factory ECU already has some of these functions built in, but we're adding to that as well to ensure that you can get out of here and, you know, not cause problems, and basically that's what we want.
So you've added extra safeties into an already safe system.
Pretty much.
So
redundancy systems basically.
Awesome. All right. I'm bloody so keen to drive this thing.
Now that we're finished up on the dyno, Matt gave us a full handover and walked us through the features and upgrades. This is where the real magic of a Just Auto's tune kicks in. Our new ute now runs the Just Auto's multi-map setup, meaning we've got 6 different modes at our fingertips that can be changed on the fly. All these maps are customised for different driving applications, whether we're towing the van, heading off-road, needing extra fuel economy, or just wanting that full send performance mode to get us out of a sticky situation, we've got a map for it. And having all this flexibility means we're not locked into a one-size-fits-all tune. It's not just about power, their tuning also improves drivability in ways I could talk about all day. We've even got throttle sensitivity adjustment built in. Along with added engine monitoring features, we now also have added safety and security functionality, like an immobilizer and enhanced engine braking. It's next level refinement that gives us full control over how the vehicle behaves based on where we are and what we're doing, and just another reason these guys are the go-to when it comes to tuning Toyotas. Now let's go and take this thing for a rip for the very first time.
It's test drive time!
Alright, I think this is a windows down kind of operation. Okay. Oh, I'm nervous to give it the bend.
What map are we on at the moment?
We're on 4, so that's our power tune. Oh my god! I didn't even put my foot down.
Really?
It just took off.
Oh my god, do it again.
This is another animal. Okay, we're in third gear. Usually I'd have to go back to second to get enough speed. I'm just gonna put my foot down and see what happens. My word.
And that's third gear.
Third gear, just step on it.
Wait, let's go find a hill or something.
Why didn't we do this earlier?
Because we were saving to do it this rig. I wasn't expecting it to be that much of a noticeable difference. Yeah, like I thought that this would be something that you would really notice and it would go over my head, but
what
that was cool.
What we'll also do, we can revert this thing back to factory settings, so that is as part of the multi-map tune, and you can select that if you want to go back and see what you were not missing.
Do before and after.
Yeah, easy to do a comparison.
All right, let's floor it up this hill. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow.
It's night and day.
I can't wait to drive this thing.
It's let me tell you, this thing has just elevated. We elevated ourselves with the coil springs, and now it's just gone to that next level. This is a perfect car. This is the dream, what dreams are made of.
Literally. It's a 70, we've got the reliability of the 79 series, but now we've also got the comfort and the power that you usually sacrifice with the 79 series. Can you believe it?
Where's 100 kilometer hour zone? Let's go and spool this thing up. Just testing out our party mode. Now this is just for, it's just for gigs really. But it's got a lumpy idle, and it's also got a rev limiter, so listen to this thing. The child in me loves this, but I'm gonna have to refrain from using this because it's just so funny. I've been running around a little bit this morning. The only real teething issue we had with our car was that our hitch wasn't correct. We didn't have the correct drop, so I just had to run around and grab one of these drop hitches this morning. It just sort of allows the van to be a bit more level, and we're not sort of look like we're doing a wheelie with the car. So it's got some type of shock absorption in it as well, which is pretty nice. It's pretty exy, but it looks to be the goods. I cannot wait to tow with it right now because I merged onto the highway. You know how usually we merge on the highway, Patsy, and it takes us a long time to get up to speed?
Yeah. Now
we just put our foot down and we get up to speed, and it's going to be interesting to see how much that affects our driving with the van. It's going to make our driving a lot safer and a lot nicer with having the tune. Especially I was thinking as well, like headwinds, you know, like sometimes we just be cruising in fourth gear and punching into a headwind using heaps of fuel. Yeah, it's going to come in handy a lot towing, and I'm really keen to see how she performs today. We're doing a little bit of filming with Just Autos, so that should be a bit of fun, and yeah, testing out the van for the first time with the new tune. I can't wait. Well, just checking it all out now. That new shank has got this thing sitting pretty nice and level. Could probably put a little bit of air in the airbags. I'll fiddle with that. I've got only about 10 PSI or less than 10 PSI in them, so you can see the front of the car's doing a little bit of a wheelie, but we'll just see how it drives, and then we can keep adjusting as we go and learn the vehicle. But this is a lot of rig for us. Holy Jesus.
We were off and racing, literally. For the first time towing, we actually got somewhere on time. We met up with Josh, the Just Autos media guy, out in the Glasshouse Mountains for a quick promo shoot. He's an absolute weapon behind the lens and captured some epic shots of our new setup. With that all done, we hit the road south for a proper shakedown trip this time, to test out the new build, sort out one essential mod we were still missing, and enjoy a much needed retreat back to nature. Thanks for tuning in once again, and we'll see you in the next one.